right, we should be a-okay. Turn the music down so you guys don't go deaf. But good morning, guys. We are waiting on ISM Manufacturing PMI to come out here in about 5 minutes. So over the next few minutes, let's just go ahead and see what we can anticipate for this morning. So good news. We went over last night how we left all these highs intact. Or if we did leave all these highs intact, we were gonna, potentially use this as our draw on liquidity for today. And I still believe that will be the case. Now, is there the chance that price wants to make a run below this low before doing so? I think it's definitely possible. We'll see what this news release brings. However, to me, this is our draw on liquidity today, which is all these relative equal highs right up here. We've got opening bell, which was right basically here at this high. So this will be a potential target for us if we can, use these levels to get long from. I want to see obviously the news release. If it comes out and it pushes below here, that's kind of just a bonus, but we did already take this low. So we'll see. We can play this for sure if we get displacement up right away. One thing to note that's a little bit interesting is the fact that all this news came out as positive for the dollar. Unemployment claims came out less than actual forecasts. Non-farm employment change obviously came out bullish for the dollar as well. And we've seen the dollar just sell off here, basically. But we did see the dollar come down and finally take this low. So now that we're taking that low on DXY, I think that could kind of bode well for SPX. As you guys can see, and if you guys have been on the sessions for a while, you guys know that we've seen DXY correlate with SPX pretty much right on the money. So when it goes up, it goes up. When it goes down, it goes down. This is how it's been during this season. So kind of expecting the same for today. But hey, guys, happy June 1st. We're through the month of May. Month of May was good. It was good. We didn't end the way we wanted to with this week so far, but hey, I still have hope. How about you guys? But I still have hope. Hopefully it didn't. Luckily, yesterday was a small loss. It was only 2 points. 2-point loss, very tiny. PM session was pretty slow. It has been kind of slow the last, 2 weeks compared to AM session at least. But yeah, guys, let's see. We got news coming here in a few minutes. Let's go look actually at, I don't think AUD USD. I wanted to look at this during New York session. So this is AUD USD, what I was hoping for last night. The markup that I sent, I think we were like right up here. Price did pull back during London session. It never ended up taking these lows. It ended up just putting in another relative equal low. So to me, this area will still be in play when and if price comes back here anytime soon. So AUD USD is not really in play. Euro USD, GJ is getting close. It is getting close. Yeah, so you guys can pay attention to GJ. I don't want to do too much jumping back and forth between these two, so I'm going to camp out mainly on the indices. Let's see what the news came out as really quick. Pending. Oh, okay. So almost nothing. Greater than forecast, good for currency. So that's technically bullish, but it's like 0.1%. So almost didn't even register. And then this came out bullish as well. Interesting, guys. So we do have a little bit of a market structure shift as well. Now that we've poked above this high, it's not like a true quote-unquote break of structure with a close, but it's a market structure shift because we've had a liquidity sweep and now we've gotten above this parent swing on the 1 minute. Let's see if there's a gap here on the 2 minute. Oh, I need to let. There we go. Here's the 2 minute chart, 3 minute chart. No, nothing. I don't really want to play this fair value gap. This fair value gap, it's definitely a possible play here, but I want to wait and see what we get. I'd like to see an actual true break of structure here if we were going to play that gap as opposed to something else. So let's see. I'm gonna get ready here before I get left in the dust. Get ready on MetaTrader. Yeah, man. GJ's dropping off now. All right. So yeah, guys. Once we get some displacement with a nice fair value gap entry, we can look to execute. I want to see actually if we were to anticipate right here. But right now it's playing out how we want. We're expecting this drawn liquidity to the upside. Don't leave without us. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to set a limit order right here. This is 41.8450 if you're on the futures chart. 41.8450. But you guys can absolutely, market execute if you want when it comes down. We might end up changing this. Like if we get something else to form, we might be changing our entry. But as of right now, there was nothing on the 1 minute that I saw. Yeah, 40... should be good. Buy limit, boom. All right. So let's wait and see if we get this pullback into here. Yeah, to me, on almost every time frame, these highs just stick out like a sore thumb. I'm not saying we can't come lower because we know we have reasons to, but I really feel this needs to get taken first. So we'll wait. Yeah, 3 minute does have a gap here. I do see that. I do see that. It also is a gap on the 2 minute. The only problem with that is this. It doesn't mean we can't take it by any means. Like, let's just go back to that 3 minute chart. Let's say we did the consequent encroachment. Your stop loss is either going to be freaking ginormous, or you're putting it right below this candle, and in which case you just have to be okay with that loss being taken to trigger in this order. You see what I'm saying? So it can definitely, it can be good or a good thing or a bad thing, because you might catch the trade and not miss it, versus it's very possible you can miss it being picky here. But let's do this. How about this? We'll keep this range. Oh, not that. I'm sorry. We'll keep this range drawn up right here. And if we can get this fair value gap on this 3 minute time frame, if we can get this equilibrium to work its way up into here, like if this just kind of trickles a little bit higher, hopefully leaving these highs in place, and we pull back into here, then we'll at least have some more confluence to be able to say we're taking a trade from a discount, not a premium. So let's do that. We'll change our order, our entry higher up if we get this fair value gap to become inside of this discounted price range with this equilibrium. So we'll trail this. So yeah, guys, as of right now, and don't get me wrong, I'm still willing to play this if we end up getting this higher up entry. I am still willing to play this if for whatever reason that fails, and whatever the case is. But let's do this then. Let's just shift a little bit. We'll shift our entry up here. I'm gonna just do a 5-handle stop loss, because then we'll maintain this gap a little bit. We'll give ourselves some room for both gaps to possibly be hit. And then yeah, 5-handle TP1, targeting this high really for TP2. So yeah, as of right now, I am going to trail my limit order up here. You guys can market execute up here. I'm going to do a 5-handle stop loss. 5-handle TP1, 10-handle TP2. Because that'll put us right at this high. You could really just target this high for TP2. It doesn't have to be exactly 10 handles. And then we'll target up here, which is going to end up being 17. And then I guess I'll just say this. If this order block, not this order block, if this fair value gap fails, and then this fair value gap a little bit lower isn't enough to hold us, and we take a stop loss, we'll try to find a re-entry on like the 1 minute. But I'm giving you guys every scenario. This is the one problem with having to evolve your trade like this and knowing that there's still reasons to come lower. That's the only problem with it. But we're taking the entry right at equilibrium, right at the top of this structure. We're filling in this imbalance in. It doesn't have to get down here by any means, but it can. We don't have a crystal ball. All right, I market executed on MetaTrader. Let's see, guys. Let's see if we'd have been better off waiting for this gap. Moment of truth. But I have no regrets, by the way, guys. I have no regrets about taking this gap because we waited until we had more reasoning to take that gap. But yeah, this gap did just get tapped into. So if you waited for that and you took an entry here, dope. Your stop should go. You know, your stop would end up down here. But yeah, this is high resistance liquidity right here because we took this low and went up and broke structure. I'd hate to rub it in our faces, but boy, we sure would have loved this entry, wouldn't we? Oh, someone spank me. God. All right, I'm gonna partial here. I didn't say that out loud. I was kidding. Everyone knows what happens when I say that. See, like this already gave 5 points from this fair value gap. If you got this entry, take a partial and go break even. If you did take that entry. If you didn't, we're holding for right here. I'm going to say I definitely don't need this full stop loss anymore. I'll go like right. I'll go below here, yeah. No, I'm going to do one tick below. But yeah, if we come down any lower, at that point, I would hold my horses and feel like there's a chance that we do run lower. But since this gap has now been closed, this is really the only gap still remaining in this price action. One more tick. Don't be a dick. Let's go. Thank you. A little unfortunate that my entry is now inside this gap. For those of us that got this entry, take your partial. It's unfortunate that we're in here. Very well could pull back to here, but again, I'd rather get stopped at break even than like something unforeseen happen and we take a loss. But TP1, guys. TP1. I need to send this. One hit. For those of you guys that took this entry, let's see what you guys are at. 8 points there. 10 handles for you guys is up here, right inside this gap. Yeah. This entry was sexy. That entry's very, very nice. But I can't complain. Took my partial. I'm risk free. Is your reasoning for the 5-handle partial due to the win rate of this strat? I noticed my wins aren't that much bigger than my losses, but just good to have more wins than losses on a good week. Yeah, I would say the win rate is higher, and the fact that, you know, we partial the way that we do increases the win rate, because if we just held for if we held for like an ultimate take profit, our risk reward would be much better, but our win rate would be substantially lower. And winning trades, a lot of the times, would turn into losing trades. There is an alternative way that you could play this. The alternative way is not partialing and just trailing your stop loss. That is the alternative. If you really care about risk to reward and like making sure your winners eat up your losers and like put you far in profit, that's an alternative, guys. Like, and again, like, trade your plan. Like, if I take a partial at TP1 and for whatever reason that just doesn't make sense to you and like it's just like an internal struggle and you want to just trail stop loss and do it that way, by all means. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just giving you guys, I guess, like what I'm doing. And as far as taking partials, it's been much better for me compared to anything else I've ever done. And I feel like I've tried every freaking thing under the sun. And I'm not saying holding for bigger TPs and better risk rewards doesn't work. It's definitely worked. It's better for my psychology and ultimately my trading and my trading accounts to play it this way. And the nice part is when you do get these runners and like let's say we do get this full take profit up here, 17 handles. When all said and done, even though it's a 1 to 4 risk reward, it'll most likely be closer to like a 1 to a little over a 1 to like, I don't know, 2 maybe to 2.5 RR. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine, because that eats up, especially like, guys, our loss yesterday was 2 handles. And when I'm saying a 1 to 2 RR, that's based off of like a 5 handle stop, basically. And yeah, I guess I'm not super concerned with like, I have to go on a losing streak, a pretty big one, to like not be having big winners eat up those losses and get me back on the right side of the P&L. Five handles equal on NOS is like 15, I want to say. I think that's what ICT said. Congrats for those of you guys that had that lower entry. You guys hit TP2, 10 handles. It doesn't have to be your TP2, but I know someone said they're waiting for 10 handles. I don't mind it as I had more wins than losses with this strat. Just curious. Yeah, that's my reasoning for it. Have you recorded only going for a full TP at 10 handles? And what is the win rate on this? I've been doing that on this top step. Yeah, I don't like have like a a win rate or whatever I could give you that I've already documented, but it's kind of more so like just knowing trades I've taken in the past and how I used to trade. I'd always just swing for the fences. I used to have a rule that I'm only taking the trade if it's at least like a 1 to 4. And then I was just like adamant, like, nope, not taking any profits until I've hit that 1 to 4, And it just didn't work out for me. That's a good rule for some people. It just didn't work for me. Get ready to, there you go. Woo, partial. That was quick. I almost wasn't ready. Just know that it could come back and hit it. But we might hit TP. Boom, TP3. All right, don't have to worry about it. Fuck yeah. Sick. Awesome. Full TP hit. I am fully out. All right. GG's, guys. But yeah, either way, good trade. Great way to answer. Great way to answer. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to drop any messages in the Discord. If you need anything, reach out. I'm gonna leave it at that. Most likely not gonna trade PM session because, as we talked about yesterday, we've got an FOMC member speaking this afternoon. It'll be an hour before the Silver Bullet Hour. However, I don't really know how long these meetings go. I think they go sometimes for a while, like 1 to 2 hours. But it's just, I feel like it's gonna create some shaky conditions, so I'm probably just gonna stay away since we bagged this trade today. But yeah, guys, leave it at that. Peace out, y'all. I'll talk to you guys soon.